Thank you guys in Tanzania.
Kama siku
Microphone check, please confirm with me in the comment section if audio and video are now okay. It is speed versus speed, skill versus skill. Individual versus individual. Team management versus team management. Uganda versus Tanzania. Kampala versus Dar es Salaam. Pride and honors and money and bragging rights at stake. Ian Kazwe meets SEIF Hamad from Uganda and Tanzania respectively in a race to 7 for the glory, the victory, the joy, the happiness, the celebration, the chance to be called winner of the TAWI Open Pool Championship first edition here in Kitale, Western Kenya. Welcome to the stream. My name is Peter Chobe. Share the stream. Live commentary is resuming shortly.
Just make sure.
In the recent past, SEIF Hamad, a player who was not so famous not until last year, has become the biggest obstacle for the dominance of East African pool by the Ugandans. He participated in the Grand Michana Open Pool Championship. By then he was little known, but a wonderfully talented player from the Republic of Tanzania who participated in an international event of the caliber for the first time. He surprised everybody by reaching the final. He lost out to a Ugandan in Ibrahim Sejemba, but before facing Sejemba in the final, he had faced another Ugandan who was tipped to be the favorite for the tournament by the semi-finals, and yet he lost out to SEIF, and that was none other than Caesar. In this weekend's tournament, the absence of Hazard and Glorious in the final is an effect of the presence of SEIF. In the final, Ian will have a chance to redeem himself and his country by trying to take down SEIF. But SEIF will have a chance to win his first ever international competition against a Ugandan, and he will fancy himself to have the capability because he has beaten more fancied Ugandan players before, notably Hazard and Caesar, in tournaments like this one. And this is the 4th time SEIF is up against a Ugandan, actually a 5th time, and in the last 4 matches he has defeated 3 and lost out only once. This one will be the most important of them all because it is a final. 2 games have been played so far in this race to 7, and each of the players has won 1 apiece. Ian Kazbe 1. Once again, SEIF Hamad 1. Ian is one of the best players when it comes to an open game as this one. His advantage is that he has been, I would say, crawling through the tournament, not facing very fancy players. Tournament organizers putting majority of his games to tables where the cameras are not focusing on him. I would think that SEIF knows very little of him, and Ian is ready to surprise him. No doubt he has the ability to win this tournament by winning just this one match. Took down Ibrahim Kayanja in the semi-finals as SEIF on this table. The live match was taking down Senyonjo Glorious. And if Ian wins this match, it will be the best result of his career to date.
My bro, I request that you stand maybe there. Yeah, like your head which comes here. Guys,
Skill has never been his problem, Ian. Potting ability is not his problem. Here he will try to put the red ball to the center pocket on the right. White ball bouncing off the cushion closest to screen. He goes even slower, does it even easier, and it looks even better, maybe even more effective, as he is about to take the lead in this match for the first time. Lost the first game, won the next, is about to win the third. Ian Kazibe 2, SEIF Hamad 1, race to 7. There is the ladies final ongoing between two Ugandans, Rita Nimusima and Anka Sheila. I apologize, I have not been able to stream that one because the venue is not spacious enough for me to comfortably do 2 live streams while ensuring that my little gadgets are safe. And at least the management has provided for giant screens at the venue to serve some of the fans, and they don't all have to crowd all around the tables because we are having now 2 finals at the same time. It is the second consecutive tournament in the same country, an international comp, that this guy SEIF Hamad is reaching the final. There is no doubt now he is one of the best players in East Africa. It is the very first time for Ian in the tournament that SEIF reached the final. Ian was participating in a tournament out of Ugandan soil for the very first time in his career. I remember him losing out only in the first round to, I'm forgetting, I think he lost out to, no, I'm not sure, but it was by decider and in the first round. For some reason, the crowd are not as energized for the final as they were for the semi-final in support of SEIF against Glorious, and in the match in the round of last 16 between SEIF when they supported him against Hazard. It has started as low-key in terms of the behavior of the crowd, but not low-key in terms of the performance on the table, as East Africa is entertaining once again, serving the world with the talent of 2 of the very best players right now. Ian has been very brilliant over the last year in Uganda, but very few times winning comps, but many a times reaching the prize bracket. Many a times has been able to take out more senior players because he is a late developer in the game. He was at the World Holy Cup Championships at the Grand Monte Casino Hotel in South Africa last year. The second time he ever participated in an international tournament, and he had his shine. In the mixed doubles, he came second with his teammate in the doubles category, that is Rashida Motesi, joined second. He is way younger than he actually looks. Don't mind his big body and big chest and big beard around his face. He is just 23. He is younger than all the Ugandans who traveled for this tournament besides Lawrence Sengonge, the guy nicknamed Dangote, who played up to the quarterfinals. And he's out to make a name for himself, out to shine for the first time in his career against one of the more fancied players in the region, whom he almost has no right to beat, but has all the ability to believe that he can beat him in a beating that could make him champion of this tournament. Ugandans have in the recent past been so successful when they participate in tournaments organized in Kenya. In fact, in each and every tournament that has been organized in Kenya since 2017, as long as it involves Ugandans, it has been won by a Ugandan. Waswakaiya. It's a tournament that was organized at Crooked Q in Westlands in Nairobi in 2017. He defeated Cornelius Kigen Sike in the final. A Ugandan. Banika Mansur early last year defeated fellow Ugandan Joseph Kasoze at a tournament that was organized at Mchana Polo Club, a 64-man comp. Rashid Wagaba Dog City defeated Dubola Simon in the final of the V8 Pool Comp that was organized in Kisumu at the Rakatak Polo Club early last year. Ibrahim Sejemba is the defending champion of the Grand Michana Open Pool Tournament that was organized in Nairobi Michana Pabungong Road. He didn't participate this time. Neither did Caesar. Neither did Mansour. And yet, amongst those who traveled is Ian Kazibe, who has impressed the most and is making the final and is trying to keep the history running of Ugandans winning tournaments that are organized in Kenya. This time, the only difference is that for the second time, the Ugandan is facing a Tanzanian. For the other four, it was a Ugandan and a Kenyan, with Ugandans winning. For the last time, it was the Grand Michana Open with a Ugandan and Tanzanian, Ibrahim, and this guy SEIF, with Ibrahim Sejemba winning. And he makes the final against the Ugandan for the second time. He's out to show us what Tanzania is made of in terms of playing pool. A rich history between the Ugandans and the Tanzanians, especially in playing pool. There was an international friendly match that was organized in Kampala in 2010 at the Lumas Club. It was won by Tanzania in Kampala. The one and only time that the Uganda national team has defeated Tanzania was at the All Africa Pool Championships in 2022 at the OIDC in Zambia in the third place match that was won by Uganda. Saif Hamad equalizes against Ian Kaziwe. 2-2, too tense, too close, too tight. Saif is complaining to the umpire that the fans are making him uncomfortable, and the umpire is ordering them to maintain their distance from the playing area. That is what is exactly going on, but it doesn't remove the fact that Saif has fouled on the break. Maybe he would want the umpire to allow him to break the game again. I don't think that will be possible. So SEIF has won an appeal. He explained to the umpire that in the course of his break, in the motion of his hand, his arm was knocked by one of the supporters who made it uneasy for him to break easily. And the umpire has granted him a chance to re-break. Still 2-2. He's aiming this time for the second ball. For some time in the match, he has been breaking by aiming at the top ball. This time goes for the second ball. And this time, once again, it is not an effective break. It is a good split of the balls, but a dry break as SEIF offers advantage to Ian again in the same frame, which he has broken twice. Very rare scenario that has just happened. Ian to try in attack. And he leaves an open table. In the ladies' final, Anka Sheila leads 2-0 against Rita Nimusima. This final is a race that I think has been shortened by the organizers. My first knowledge was that it will be a race to 9, but they do not intend to have the tournament end late. They rightly think that it is more important for the players and fans to go back home earlier on time. and then have the players play a longer race in the final. It is a miss that is very, very, very rare from SEIF, especially the very high standards that he has set for himself, not just in this tournament, but for the entire course of the last year as a player. He's starting to be so widely regarded, not just in East Africa, but also the entire African continent, because of performances that are evident of a very good player. That shot did not represent him well at all. He'll try to play the yellow off the cushion. He can. Off the rail on the right, he can find the one that is packed near the pocket where he is standing. And very easily. He's playing a master shot instead. He fouls. Sometimes his decision making has been a little bit suspect. Just some few times. The match he played with the Glorious, a few times his decision making was suspect. Here he should just have played easy and normally. Off the cushion, simply for the white ball to touch his ball. His yellow, not to give out two shots. He would still have had the bigger hand, the upper hand in the match because of his fewer yellows, which would still have been positioned better. Ian too must be careful here. And I think careful he has been. And it's a foul. Ian finally gets rewarded for the hard work. Actually not the first but the second time in the same frame that he is getting two shots. Uses his free shot to try and bury SEIF's yellow. And when that happens, you know that the player is going for all-out attack. Thank you for watching from wherever you are watching, and for keeping yourself glued to this live action for the last 3 days, including today. It has been such a 3 days for the players, for the managers, for the fans, for the streamers. Will he find his yellow? Yes, he does. Where will the white rest? Still in favor of Ian, but the more the game drags on, the more pressure develops on Ian. For SEIF, he knows it's a game he's not in control of, but at least for him now, his ball is positioned better. That should Ian fail to make a clearance, then SEIF will pounce. He's playing a white ball with big spin on it, and perfects the movement of the white.
Extending
There's a grasshopper which is trying to be a part of the game. Ian 3, SEIF 2.
I know you are a spy here.
Make sure Ian.
Special shout outs to you, all the viewers who have made it a point to watch these games. I will mention just a few of you. Charity Andrew by Nomugisha Sandra. Inside pool, Wesley Twinomugisha. Rachel Mbewe, my very good friend from Colorado in the United States. Peter Karanja. Valeria Crush. Hoyekane Nuxidano. Taito Intons. Regan Rollins. Where are you watching, guys? Kalawa. Clean Boy Ribs. Jackie Tidomwenuka, always watching. This time it is one of your own teammates, Jackie. And I know now this time you have an even bigger reason to watch and stay glued and in support of SEIF. And I know you are watching and praying that you win. And I imagine you will be jumping on top of yourself should SEIF win this match. Farouk Sentam watching from Qatar. Nick Stana, you are appreciating the work. Thank you very much. Rama Ramal, thank you for watching. Brian Ford Komakech from Gulu in Uganda. Thomas Mbeva, you say it is a very good final to have. You are watching from Nairobi. In Nairobi, where you are at a further distance than me from the distance I moved to watch to stream these games. Arnold, thank you for watching. James from Zambia. Godwin Adaku, yes. Musonda Alvin Chanda from Zambia. Princess Bushiro supporting Ian. Tombo Sichikolo, you are saying Ian is the truth now. You are a good friend of Hazard, I know. Nelson Diego is in Fire Base. Mickey Chariot, you are watching from Moyes Bridge, definitely in Kenya. Ivan Mbazira from Russia, Gawe. Nothing Kute Toto watching from Malawi. Nyankole Book Ezra. Moses Fezulu, you are in Zambia. Jobe Sakiso Davis the Great. Sithembiso Doji Masebola, always watching from Eswatini, Temo Cliff. Steady Mania. Maganga Abdallah Kasim in Qatar. The half Kokli from Entebbe in Uganda. Just some of you. Regan Rollins from Kamocha in Kampala. Sentongo Abdul. Sile Sanzine CBI, you're asking how the Scorpion is. You say you miss him. He's in China. I understand fixtures have been released. He has a walkover to the second round, a bye. Okay. You see how it unfolds. That one, Jairus Kim from Netherlands. I need some predictions for this one from you guys. Predictions. Who is winning and maybe why? Is it the bigger guy in size in black? The bigger but less experienced guy? Or the smaller but more experienced guy from Tanzania? The one who has been at this stage before and failed to a Ugandan. Will SEIF lose to a Ugandan for the second consecutive time in a tournament in the same country? Or will he win his first international comp of his career? Thomas Mbeva, you say Ian will win 7-4. Kelly, thank you for watching. Rich Mbewe, you say it's to the hill, but you think Ian will win. Rocha, you don't think that Hamad will win, and I'm surprised. Sekwat Seme, you say SEIF to win. Inside pool, you think it is Ian. Jobe Mthura from South Africa, you are supporting Ian. Jairus Masoboni, you are in Nibuna Mwaya in Uganda. Washington, Nyeka Varanda, you say Ian is more composed and you think he will win, just as says Musa Kawie and Michael Nkirie and Taleb Aka and Arab Ngerichei, who now thinks that the Tanzanian in SEIF will win. It is to Ian's advantage that he has not been seen in action by SEIF and his team. They don't know what game to bring to him, and he is way more composed than Glorious. He's making himself difficult to beat by taking time between shots, making decisions, and ensuring that he avoids unforced errors. Not exactly entertaining, but trying his best to win. So fight is paying off. He lost the first frame, but he now leads 3-2. And in the ladies' final, Rita is down 4-0 against fellow Ugandan Anka Sheila. I don't know what is happening with the ladies' third place match and the men's third place match. The ladies' final is heavily poised in favor of Ugandan Anka Sheila against her international teammate. The men's final is very tight at the moment. And in a race to 5, Anka Sheila has thrashed Rita Nemasima 5-0. She is the champion of the TAWI Open Pool Championship Ladies category. That is now official. And it is not the first time she is winning a tournament in Kenya, Anka Sheila. It is the second. The last one she won was in Kisumu, also in Western Kenya. It has been a number of Ugandans who have been winning tournaments in Kenya. Not to mention Eric Mugabo, Ibrahim Sajemba, Bwanika, Mansour, Rashid Wagaba. Ian is trying to become the other. It won't come easy against SEIF, but it is possible.
Thank you, Saeed. Thank you. Doesn't matter. They're going to kill you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Very thank Small one. Small one.
Even when he was snookered, he had snookered himself, had played himself in trouble. Ian has gotten himself out of trouble with the best of the possible skills, and he's making a fourth clearance in this match. As long as he sinks in this black, which he does so comfortably, Ian Kazve 4, Saif Hamad 2, rest to 7. He is now a slight favorite, in my opinion, Ian Kazve to make the victory.
There we go here.
Iko sawa.
It's a very tight frame. This one, which Ian would have had a very big advantage had he potted that tough ball to the center pocket. It is now his opponent with the upper hand in this one, with the bigger chance, the bigger advantage, the bigger expectation to pull one back, just as he did against Glorious, because even in the semi-final it was SEIF who took the early lead, then Glorious equalized, and then he took the lead, Glorious, and then SEIF came from back and took the game away like a hyena stealing a piece of meat away from a lioness. Do not sleep. If you see it as getting a little bit late, do not sleep. This is not the kind of action you want to be told about how it went tomorrow morning. It is the action you want to watch by your own self to the very end. Don't sleep. Not when it is two of the respective best players in their countries. A rivalry to settle, a score to settle, nationality to fight for, and bragging rights, and a national flag of the respective players on the top of your screen to fight for, by each of these players trying to win this game and this match, which will be victory for the tournament in its entirety. One of them will be the best of 128 players. It is a competition that has been well worth the eyes. It had very humble beginnings with very dominant performances from players against the others. But when the boys were eliminated, the men have really, really entertained Africa and the world. And this is one of the men. SEIF Hamad 3, Ian Kazibe 3, rest 7. Sorry, SEIF 4, Ian SEIF 3, Ian 4, rest 7. Another dry break in the match. Big advantage to SEIF to equalize in the final. The peak of them all, 128 matches that have been on 12 tables in this arena for the last 2 days, plus 16 more matches involving ladies. Once again, Anka Sheila of Uganda has defeated teammate Rita Nimusima 5-0 in the final to become the first winner of the ladies category of the TAWI Open Pool Championship. It is official.
Mnyama anashinda.
I'll just take off some few seconds to move to the sponsor of this tournament, the good senator in Chetham, so that he can speak to you.
Shouldn't affect the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am with the person who has been responsible for the tournament by injecting a huge bill of cash to ensure that he unites East Africa in competition and most especially give chances for the youth to try and make some money through their talent. This is Senator Chesang. Please talk to thousands watching online.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's amazing to see so many of you following this game. This is my first tournament I'm doing this year. This is a tournament meant to unite the East Africa. So we have Uganda here, we have Tanzania, we have Kenyans plus South Sudanese here. We hope next our next tournament is gonna host Rwanda and any other country which wants to join. But again, it's amazing how this game has a big following. I'm really impressed. And next year we are going to I'm going to actually inject double amount I have injected so that we can pull or just maybe promote this game much further. And I'm also trying to negotiate with the government to get other sponsorships in terms of embracing this game. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Let's keep loving this game. I am a player as well, just that I'm the one who is hosting, and people like Caesar, those are my caliber, are not here, so I am not playing today because my colleagues like Caesar is in China, so when he comes back I will host another one. So otherwise, guys, thank you, God bless you. Let's continue watching, let's keep supporting, guys. Thank you. Yeah. We are going to do a dab. I'm going to put 2 or 3 million shillings next year. So guys, if you don't know how to play pool, start practicing, start training now.
Thank you very much. That is the sponsor of this tournament, Senator Chesang, the senator of the province of Kitale in Kenya. Thank you. Kashiani Kalebu, you are correcting me. It is a county, and I understand it is Nzoia County where we are. I've also been to Kakamega County. I don't know if Nairobi is a county yet, but I've been there too.
Let me take my medicine.
Should Ian put this red and the black, in my opinion, it would be the best clearance of this match so far. But only should must pot this one or else lose this frame. If he pots, he will most likely win it. What a clearance this is going to turn out at a very critical stage in the frame, in the match, in the tournament. It is the final in a short race to 7, and they are currently drawing 4 all, and then you produce a clearance like this one to lead the 5-4 for the second time in the tournament. He misses. All the strengths and abilities, but also shortfalls and weaknesses of these two players are being manifested right in front of our eyes in the final. The biggest match of 128 matches that have been happening in one competition. Ian knows it clearly that with that miss, he has lost the frame. He is losing a lead he would have, and he's getting his opponent closer to the victory. The white ball will not be good enough for SEIF, no. It would be risky business for SEIF trying to pot this yellow ball, because it needs a sharp cut. And yet he would need the white ball to travel some distance towards the top of the table of your viewing area. He will go for a big spin white ball bouncing off 2 or 3 cushions. If he pots, he does even better. He's elaborative and imaginative and skillful and wins. It seems Ian has asked the umpire for a minute out, and the umpire has agreed.
They don't know to play. You gotta know what is they calling. What shot is the name? Six shot, they don't know. You gotta they don't know to play six shots. But what shot they are good? If they bad, they are good.
Please do not sleep yet. Let us conclude the story together in our over 1,000 as we started it 3 days ago. Let us witness one of these players make their country proud. Ugandan and Tanzanian pool, similar in so many ways but different in so many other ways. Once the Ugandan national team has moved to Dar es Salaam exactly 10 years ago and lost to Tanzania in the third place match in the All Africa Pool Championships. Once the Tanzanian pool moved to Kampala to have an international friendly, and Tanzania won. Once the two teams again faced off at the All Africa Pool Championships in 2022 in the third place match, this time Uganda won. The same Ugandan team had lost to the same Tanzanian team in the preliminary group stages of the same tournament in 2022. The two countries have produced lots of talents that have made the East African pool so proud for the last 10-20 years. But this time, this is a new generation of top players from both countries. Both came onto the top scene. Yes, they were around both, but both became very famous and popular only last year. And this year, they are facing off in a final. Back in Tanzania, SEIF will never ever be taken for granted at all as a top player. Same thing applies to Ian in Uganda. And at the end of the day, irrespective of who wins this game, pool has won. Kenyan pool is making those baby steps, try and get back its old glory. Tanzanian pool is making even more giant steps in terms of dominance, in terms of producing top players in the East African region and indeed on the continent. The likes of Abdallah Hussein, who have not made this trip, the likes of Innocent Sami, the same for Ugandans, even more bigger depth of top players in the East African country. a frame, this one, that both players will be fearing to go all out for, because they consider it a little too risky. They probably are looking for at least 2 shots to try and go for it with a shot and a cue ball in hand. The crowd has gotten bigger and bigger, as if some people had moved out of the arena after the semi-finals. Now they are back to their numbers as they were when SEIF took on Glorious in the semi-final, but this time a little bit more patient with their celebrations. This time a little bit less passionate. During the semi-final they were so hungry for not having an all-Ugandan final. Maybe the umpire was, I don't know what the umpire is communicating to SEIF. I believe all this communication is relevant if the ball was frozen and if it was initially announced by the umpire. The frame has now changed in favor of SEIF. And by that shot, it is a statement of intent from Said Hamad that he is going for the frame. That he's going for a clearance which will put him within 1 frame of the victory and the happiness and the money and the pride. And being champion of an international tournament in this country for the first time, and yet for the second time in the final, and the second time consecutively. And he's showing in every step of the way that reaching the final of the Grand Michan Open Championship was no fluke. But he misses on the easiest of turns. He needs a big shot here, Ian. I'm not so sure where exactly he could want his white ball. Maybe to that point where he has been trying to insinuate that he will want to put to the corner pocket bottom right of your screen. There is a grasshopper that has been disturbing him during the final, and it's quite funny. The white ball rests exactly where he was pointing a few seconds ago. He will order for the scoreboard to be repositioned such that he can play with freedom and ease, because he must be on target or else most likely lose this frame, and he will need the top spin on the white ball to follow the yellow such that both balls can be pocketed to corresponding corner pockets bottom right and bottom left of your screen. And he plays the shot to total perfection. That is pinpoint accuracy. Ian Kazwe 5, SEIF Hamad 5. Now where we are, have no doubt in your minds, ladies and gentlemen, it is a race to 2. How good will the break be? I think not so good, because he has split his balls. He has split the entire set of yellows and reds and black perfectly, spaciously, and yet he fails to pot any of them. Ian will not get a better chance to make a clearance than this one off the break of his opponent. And the Kampala now starts to smile in expectation as Tanzania and Dar es Salaam and Dodoma start to worry and wonder what is about to happen. Sometimes frames are won by brilliance of players. Sometimes how good your break is can be the victory, the difference between victory and defeat. After this match, we shall proceed to the prize giving ceremony, also live on the same page. And one of these two guys will be crowned winner of the first edition of the TAWI Open Pool Championship that has been held so successfully with the attention of the entire town of Kitale and the entire pool fraternity of Kenya and in Tanzania and in Uganda and South Africa and Zambia and everywhere in between, as Africa is gathered online watching the very conclusive moments of this final. He must not miss. If he does, he probably loses. Perfect. Ian 6, SEIF Hamad 5. Rest to 7. There are 2 games left in this entire tournament. SEIF must win them both, or else submit into coming second to this new Ugandan on the block, Ian Kazibi. This shot Ian has just played could easily be the most important and most effective shot of the entire tournament out of thousands of shots played by 128 players. Should the opening of the red ball nearest the rail bottom of your screen accept him into making a clearance, that will make him champion of the TAWI Open Pool Tournament. He has never ever been at this stage, Ian. This is the biggest match of his career, and this is the biggest frame of his career. He has been to a few weekly tournaments, weekly comps organized home locally in Uganda, between only 32 players. This time it is the international stage. He has a very difficult run to make. And he misses. By the pressure of the occasion and the opponent and the venue and the fans and what is at stake, he allows SEIF back into the match, back into the game, very importantly for him. SEIF this time on the go, representing a multitude of people watching from across the border in Tanzania, where he traveled over 1,000 kilometers from the city of Dar es Salaam simply to partake in this tournament, to challenge the Kenyans and the Ugandans and the South Sudanese. He has only one yellow ball inside SEIF, which he must ensure he puts on target, and it is a must. And he misses. It is not an easy routine at all for Ian. He doesn't have any easy ball to put, let alone find white ball for any of the next. He'll try to put that red ball to the center pocket on the right ball, white ball bouncing off the cushion, ensuring that he has it around the mid area of the table. He misses. It is pressure, it is tension, it is nerves, it is the big occasion, it is the final. Weaknesses and strengths of both players are displaying quite visibly. And the more experienced SEIF this time goes patient. The umpire will try to ensure that the ball is frozen or not, to communicate to the players, and he tells them that it is not frozen against the cushion. Ian seems to be playing a very sharp cut and misses and fouls. Most likely, the tournament that has been ongoing for 2 days with action from morning to evening to the night will be decided by one frame, which is the next. And it will be SEIF coming from behind, and it will be SEIF breaking. This one will not come difficult for SEIF at all. There we are. Very good. Oh my God. It is one of the narrowest, unexpected, and most risky misses you will ever see in a final. I can't even believe a player of this magnitude who has played in a bigger tournament and reached this stage in the same country with momentum on his side, with a chance to equalize and take this one to a decider where he would be the definite favorite, has missed the black. Pool is a gift that never stops giving. Ian does not believe his luck. Not that it is an easy game to finish, but the fact that he has a chance at least to play. By SEIF's body language, it seems he wants to play the black against the rail, to move it the entire length of the table to try and put it to the top left corner pocket. Oops is going for a bank to the center of the red. He gets it. Yes, he does. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian 6, SEIF 6. We have a decider. The Kenyan fans are chanting Mama Samia's name, the president of Tanzania. That is a handicap from SEIF supporters. Kenyans and Tanzanians alike at the venue, watching in expectation but also in fear of the unknown. The referee will rack the balls for the very last time in the tournament. Thousands of matches have been played. This is the last and most important of them all. SEIF to break. It is a dry break. Ian will definitely be going for the yellows. He has made a name for himself as a good and brilliant attacking player, especially when the frames are open, balls with space in between them, just as this one. He will have to perfect what he has been doing for the last 1-2 years in this one frame to make a name for himself, to be rated from tonight onwards as one of the top players that Uganda has at the moment. Ian Kaziwe up in an attempt to become the 6th Ugandan to win a tournament on Kenyan soil, and it will be 6 consecutive tournaments in Kenya involving Ugandans and being won by Ugandans. This one is the most difficult of shots he has had to play in this frame, in this decider. It is the one he will try to perfect. Will he pot? Yes, he does. He's getting closer and closer with each ball potted. Celebrations are expected in Kampala. Celebrations are on hold in Dar es Salaam. Happiness is expected in Jinja, and agony is expected in Dodoma and Morogoro and Kilimanjaro. As the guy from Kampala across the border is trying to take defeat to the guy from Dar es Salaam across the opposite border, as East Africa is gathered in sporting competition on the pool table, with now about 700 people at the venue witnessing the action, hardly having any time to blink, hardly having any time to look aside. And Ian misses the biggest miss he will ever have in his playing career. So near and yet so far from the victory. Advantage SEIF Hamad. Advantage Tanzania. SEIF doesn't believe his luck. He is having a chance to make a clearance that he didn't think he would get. His only problem as we speak would be that red ball which is nearing the yellow on the right of your viewing area. It doesn't have a clear path to the nearest pocket, but he will have a chance maybe to open it up, maybe to bank it. Skill is not a problem for him. Potting prowess is not a problem for him. Imaginativeness, elaborativeness, ability is not a problem, and yet he's the more experienced player. You can tell by his body action compared to his opponent when he was on table about 1 minute ago. SEIF, at the most important and most crucial time of the match, is composing himself well as compared to Ian, who ran the table out like a headless chicken until he threw himself in the problem he's in right now. He will now play a snooker. His intention is to use 2 shots if he gets them to organize his one red that is nearing the yellow on the right rail of your viewing area. It seems Ian is partially seeing his ball. It seems, yes, he does. Maybe fully. He pots. He almost fouled. Lucky enough, he gets a chance to play. He will most likely be attempting a defensive shot here. With as little energy as possible, but he must play yellow first. If he plays cushion first, it will be a foul. And then he has to perfect that little shot under the most of pressure. Accurate. Thank you for making 1,500 and plus watching this match live. He goes for the bank, SEIF, and gets the bank. He doesn't pot. It is one of those moments you think that not potting may be a better deal than potting. And now Ian is out of sorts. Maybe his best bargain is to pot the ball he's looking at in a straight shot and maybe bank the remaining yellow. Otherwise, this game is now heavily poised in favor of Tanzania's SEIF Hamad. 6-6 in the last frame of the tournament. For people who have been here for the last 3 days, he pots. Now he will need to play and bank the yellow to the bottom left pocket. And then white ball in top spin bouncing off the cushion for him at least to view the black. But most importantly, first to get the bank, first to pot on the double. Here comes Ian for win or defeat. He misses. Advantage, SEIF. Most likely this tournament, this match for Ian is gone. Celebration is ripening in Tanzania. He will have the 2 easiest balls he would have potted in this entire tournament. That is one of them. The other will be a simple roll of the ball. He's asking the fans to wave for him. He knows that he has won the tournament. He knows that finally he has conquered the might of Ugandans who have bullied all other players in the event apart from SEIF. And ladies and gentlemen, the champion is SEIF of Tanzania. That's it, guys. Let's meet in 1 minute at the crowning of SEIF and Sheila as champions. Coming live next is the prize giving ceremony.